And today we are bringing you breaking news. That's right, breaking news from the Instacart front. Maybe this isn't news to you, but it was news to me when I got the email yesterday from them saying that they are revamping their rewards tier program, or their cart system, which consisted of gold, platinum, and diamond in the last couple of years. And as well as I know, maybe you already know what the tiers were, and it was 200 points to get to the gold tier, 1,000 points to get to the platinum tier, and then 2,000 points to get to the diamond tier. And you got 10 points per delivery, and if they stacked batches, so if you had like 2 or 3 deliveries, they all gave you 10 points. So not like some of the other platforms where you would just get a flat 10, you get 30 or whatever the stacked is. If it's 4 or 2 deliveries, you can do the math. So they have said they are revamping and releasing it. So now let's take a look at this graph that they have online, and it shows that now they're just going to go with the flat points, 20, 200, and 300. The old diamond was 200, and now they're moving it up to 300, which I am hoping that means if you work that hard to get to diamond, that there is really some reward for doing that. And from this graph that we're looking at, it says Cart Star Priority Access. In the gold column, if you're close to the store, you'll be third in line. If you're away from the store, you'll likely see. And if you're away from the store, you'll likely see an offer. And then we move on to the platinum tier, which is close to the store, you'll get it second. Obviously, diamond would be first, and that's why gold would be third. Then if you're away from the store, you'd be more likely than gold. And then we move to the diamond. Obviously, if you're close to the store, you'll be first. If you're away from the store, you'll be more likely than the previous 2 tiers. And then early bird, only diamond. So if you are near the store or at the store before it opens, you'll have access to batches. And then the diamond cart now will also include a free membership to Instacart Plus. Alright, so we're going to move on to this list also below that graph. And it says number 1, Cart Star Priority Access unlocks greater access to batches and higher batches. The higher the tier level, this means diamond cart shoppers will get the greatest access to batches, followed by platinum and gold tier. And then it says when you are close to the store and in the store's highlighted area with diamond priority, you see batches before shoppers with a lower cart star and those not in cart star. And then move on down the list. With platinum priority, you see before gold, and etc., etc. And then this is what I like, and I'm hoping that it really works, because I hardly ever go to the store. I never liked going to sit in the store parking lot and wait for a batch, even when it was highlighted saying you may get one within 5 to 15 minutes. When you are farther away from the store and not in the store's highlighted area, with diamond, you're most likely to see batches, which is awesome, and platinum, more likely, and then with gold, more likely, and to see before each tier before you. And then before the store opens with diamond priority, you'll see batches before other shoppers without the diamond card. And then number 2, an Instacart Plus membership lets you enjoy 0 grocery and restaurant delivery fees, just like I suspected, share membership perks with family, and more. And they're rolling it out in a bunch of cities, so it'll be live July 1st here in Las Vegas, which means most likely I will be juggling the Uber diamond grind and the Instacart platinum grind both at the same time, because you can't just do one without the other. You only have 3-month period. Most likely what will happen is if I get gold on Uber, I will just most likely focus on Instacart after that, because like I've said in previous videos, that program ends July 31st, and the likelihood of us making it that far is probably very slim. Okay, gold is realistic. I started way late and I didn't notice that they had these things on Uber now for delivery, because I was focusing mostly on rideshare and ignoring the delivery. So now we're going to break it down, and yes, I have to take off my glasses to read this part. And you're saying, like, we never see you wear glasses, Wiz. That's because I wear contacts primarily, and that's irrelevant at this point. So the new requirements for Gold are 20 orders complete, a new thing in the middle column, which is score standard. I looked on the app and things. I'm not 100% sure what this standard score is going to be, and then the old rating 4.7 or above is still in place. And then you can see the rewards. We don't need to cover those. And then we move to the Platinum cart. Now it's going to be complete 100 orders, and the score is good. So it has to be higher than standard. So like a standard score is probably your base score for deliveries, I'm guessing, but we'll see. And then, to move up to Platinum, you got to be good. And then obviously the 4.7 or higher rating as well. And then you can see the rewards for the Platinum tier as well. Then we move on to Diamond cart. Now it's 300 orders and score good and rating 4.7. And then you see Diamond priority access and et cetera, in the new Instacart Plus. So they are definitely moving in the right direction, in my opinion, when it comes to these things, because you want to feel important when you're delivering a lot of items or just focusing on one app. Like, hey, I'm working just for you, Instacart. Do something decent for me. I'm a self-employed subcontractor for you. I don't get a lot of benefits, and things like this I think are very, very positive. I know we've discussed this before in the past. The Dash rewards, they tried. It failed, in my opinion. #Platinum sucks. I definitely like the older system better. And you don't get any benefits with this. Not that I've seen yet. I know they're rolling out some perks or whatever. I haven't seen them yet. So we'll discuss that when I see them or when they get released. Or other YouTubers are probably reporting on that. And you can go watch them as well. And as far as Uber, theirs is pretty difficult to get. I mean, 600 points to get to Gold tier, that's 200 deliveries in 3 months. And then the same, move up to Platinum, 1,200, and then move up to Diamond, 1,800. I mean, 1,800 is like 10 to, you know what? Let's just do the math real quick. All right, and after doing the math, 1,800 points, if you do it at prime time, is 3 points per delivery. That would be 600 points. And then you divide that, it equates to about 6.5, 7 deliveries a day to get it for 90 straight days. Okay? So if you wanted to do it that way, I feel then it's attainable. But do you get to keep it past that? That's the one thing I don't know about Uber. So if anybody out there knows if you can keep your tier status or the Uber Pro status on Uber and Uber Eats, please go ahead and leave some comments below, because I don't know, and I've looked around a little bit for it. I don't see no clear-cut answer on that. And if it's no, then doing 7 deliveries a day is irrelevant, because by the time you finish, the new cycle is starting and you don't get it. So it doesn't make any sense. So I would like to believe that it carries over, 1. And 2, if you rush to get it done, I mean, let's say you double that, you do 12 deliveries a day, get it done in 45 days, then you have 45 days to enjoy the supposed better access to higher paying orders over the other 3 tiers. So we'll have to wait and see about that. But I feel at least the Instacart is heading in the right direction. I like this. I'm kind of anxious to get started on it and see, because I never like to go to the store and sit. If you can stay around home, or if you can go do one and you don't see anything and you can drive home and you're away from the stores and you'll still get a decent batch versus all the trash batches, it's going to be way better and make Instacart a little bit more advantageous to work on. Because for me, there's nothing like shopping and delivering. You get to socialize at the store, you get some exercise while you're at the store. A lot of times you can keep the miles a little bit lower from the Instacart deliveries, and then you stack on like Uber Eats in between, and it's going to be good. So I'm kind of excited to see how this plays out. Maybe I'm getting a little bit too happy. Maybe #cart shopper sucks is going to be the new hashtag coming out down the road, but we will have to wait and see, people. But I am a little bit happy, if you haven't noticed. Alright, and if you like this video, please go ahead and give a thumbs up. It helps us out greatly. Also, if you aren't subscribed, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. And don't do anything that you see the Wiz do once in a while on here, like $2 Taco Bell orders, just don't do it.